Hey everybody, I'm going to be showing you how to do the Bioemotive Framework Core Emotion Tracking. It's called the Bioemotive Framework because this exercise is based off of some concepts that the Bioemotive Framework subscribes to. And the major thing that you should understand is that within Bioemotive Framework, it talks about there being four core emotions, and that is anger, fear, happy slash joy, and sadness. So the idea here is that when we are feeling some emotion in our body, regardless of what it is or how very specific or nuanced it is, generally speaking, any of these more complex emotions will have at its base one of these core emotional tones, which is either anger, fear, happy joy, and sadness. So, for example, irritability or rage all have at the root this feeling of anger. And the beautiful thing about these core emotions is that they're very, very easy, or should be at least, to detect in the body. And they all tend to feel very distinct from each other. Now, that's not to say you can't be experiencing multiple core emotions at the same time, but they, generally speaking, tend to have identifiable, unique qualities that you can perceive in the moment. So, for example, say depression, if you're feeling overwhelmingly depressed, at that core is a sense of sadness. And if you're feeling anxiety or dread, at that core, you'll feel in your body a sense of fear. So the whole idea here is this is giving us the opportunity to identify core emotions that are arising in the body. And what we can see when we start our session is that we actually have four buttons to press. The value of this practice is that we can actually observe the arising, the plateau of that experience, and then its passing, and we can note all of those simultaneously. So in this, we have anger is set to the A key, S, D, and F for the other emotions, or if you're on mobile, you can simply be tapping these buttons with your fingers. And the whole idea is we want to be aware of which of these core emotions are present in the moment. So we just close our eyes and attend to what we're feeling in the body. And I could say I'm feeling a very subtle feeling of anxiousness as I am recording this video. So I would simply hold this button down and I draw my attention to that emotion. So I'm very present with it. So I can see the moment it releases or ceases to be in my conscious experience. And when it does, I simply release the key. Now I'm feeling a subtle sense of happiness as I'm happy to be sharing this video, but I'm also feeling a slight tinge of anxiousness as well. And as you can see, I can actually note both of these experiences simultaneously. And then once one leaves, I can release the key. And once the other leaves, I can also release that key. So this whole practice is really focused on helping us develop a very accurate, kind of temporal resolution, if you will, of the emotions, specifically the core emotions that are arising in the moment. And then once we're done, we can simply complete the session. And if we scroll down, we can actually see a time series of when those emotions arose. The biggest value of this exercise is that you can get very, very accurate temporal resolution of when these emotions are arising in your experience and once they've passed. And this is noted by the very beginning here of this fear is when it first appeared. This is its active phase, and then it ceases right here. And that, my friends, is core emotion tracking.